Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be telling you guys about all of the new changes, updates, and features that have been included into Grand Theft Auto Online with the newest DLC, Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuit. So we've got a lot to talk about today, so let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. So obviously, Rockstar has added some new content into the game. They did 20 new special vehicle races. They also added a new vehicle, which is available to purchase from Legendary Motorsport, the Progen GP1. But what we're going to be talking about today is the new features, updates, and changes that have been added to the game. So the first change that Rockstar has made is a new special race series trigger that have been added to online. Now, these use the same functionality as stunt series triggers added with Cunning Stunts, but feature the new special races. Basically, you'll see these steering wheel icons on the map, and if you go to them, they'll take you to a random special vehicle race. It's kind of cool, and if you want to just on the fly jump into a race, it's kind of a neat feature. Also, Rockstar have added a new kind of race style to the game. It's called Aggregate Position. So when active, every player in the race is presented with a bar that fills at different speeds depending on which position the player is in. So if they're in first place, it'll fill more quickly than the person in fourth place, etc. Now, when this option is enabled, the player with the most filled bar at the end of the race is considered the winner. So basically, in a mode like that, you just want to spend the most possible time in first place, or at the end of the race, just make sure your bar is filled up way more than any of the other individuals in the race. So I think that's pretty cool. We might try that a little bit later on today in a live stream I'm going to be doing. So stay tuned for that. I think that will be pretty cool. Also, Rockstar have made some changes to the Dynasty 8 executive website. Players are now presented with a button that reads Add Second Floor Garage, Third Floor Garage, and Add Custom Auto Shop when attempting to buy any of these three. Previously, we had to check a small box to add any of them to our total, so that is much more convenient. One of the biggest things that Rockstar have done is they have now added all heist vehicles to have a buy it now option. So this option works very similarly to the way that these special vehicles were offered with import-export. If players don't want to complete each vehicle's associated heist and wish to buy them immediately, they can now use the new buy it now option and purchase the vehicle at an increased price. So this includes the Kuruma, the Armored Kuruma, the Casco, the Velum, the Prison Bus, the Hydra, the Valkyrie, the Insurgent, and the Insurgent Pickup, the Dinghy, Karen Technical, Maibatsu Mule, Brute Boxville Savage, and a Class A Gang Burrito. So if you've noticed that the heist vehicles are now available for you, that is why. However, they're going to be a little bit more expensive if indeed you don't complete the heist. Now, in addition to that, heist equipment is now no longer locked behind the requirement of completing each item's equivalent heist. And the following gear is now available at ammunition whether you've done them or not. The rebreather, the night vision, and the LCD earpiece. And the following vehicles are also no longer locked behind rank requirements, meaning if you're rank 1, you can now buy these vehicles. That's the Rhino tank, the Annihilator helicopter, and the Buzzard helicopter. So that right there is pretty awesome. Some other changes that Rockstar have made include the camera to the Blazer Aqua. Previously, it would force someone to go into third person from first person when going into water. Now it retains whatever camera angle they had set. Rockstar also reduced the number of stunt series triggers. It was at 8 and now it is 3, so you'll see them less frequently on the map. Secondary checkpoints in stunt races are now yellow when they were previously orange. I didn't even notice this change, but I still think that's pretty cool. A new parachute option can be found in the Ruiner 2000 special race lobbies that lets players choose their Ruiner 2000 parachute. Now, these new parachutes cannot be equipped to the personal Ruiner 2000s and are only available with the stock Ruiner 2000s made available via the stunt races. So once again, that's pretty cool that you can ultimately change that up. A new no livery option has also been added to the livery section of the car selection screen in races. The weekly time trial has been updated. It now occurs every Tuesday as compared to every Monday. And now players can change the color of a prop in the creator using the left and right bumper on Xbox One and PS4. So if you missed any of that, I'll be sure to include a link to it in the description down below. It's on the Rockstar support site. Now, in addition to that, they also made a bunch of other general and miscellaneous fixes for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. One of those changes was ongoing improvements to Grand Theft Auto Online to prevent crashes, improve the quality of matchmaking, and reduce the number of network connection issues, such as disconnect and split sessions. I really hope they are working on that because a lot of times it it seems like you'll just randomly disconnect it online. So hopefully that is definitely the case, and they are working on that. As you would expect, since import-export was the last update we've gotten in the game, there are a bunch of fixes to vehicles in import-export, whether that's the Progen Itali GTB, whether that's the Ruiner 2000, whether that's the Spectre. There's so many things they did, like fixing the dials or fixing things clipping through the front wheels, or, you know, just upgrading the position of the rear bumper. There's so many things that Rockstar did to the import-export content. So a lot of the bugs and issues you might have had with that stuff are probably fixed now. I mean, they fixed issues with the Pfister Retro Comet Custom, the geometry of the Anis Elegy Retro, some lighting issues of the Nero Custom. I mean, there's so many things that Rockstar ended up doing here. And they also fixed a bunch of issues with the vehicle sourcing and selling too, which I know is also great, because you never want to have issues when it comes to making money in GTA Online. There was also some more fixes to the biker stuff as well, like some deadline updates. I'll leave a link to everything in the description. Probably the biggest thing that came from the biker update fix is that they fixed an issue that resulted in meth businesses not generating any product. I was subject to that issue for the longest time, and it was so frustrating not being able to really do anything with my methamphetamines lab, which was one of the best ones that you could ultimately do in Grand Theft Auto Online. And like I said, I'll leave a link to everything in the description. It would be impossible for me to go over all the very tiny glitches and bugs that Rockstar ultimately fixed, but there is a ton of them. And I think this is really, really good that they've gone back and they've taken the time to adjust, fix, and patch many of the things that needed it in GTA Online. So that's everything as far as the patch notes go. Let's move over to the newswire, where there's a bunch of other things going on right now. The first of which is 2 times money and RP on all 20 of the brand new special vehicle circuit tracks, which is going on through a random and weird date, Wednesday, March 22nd. So I'm not exactly sure why this event, or at least the discounts and bonuses for this event, are going on for 8 days as compared to 7, which is the traditional one. I'm not exactly sure, but that is a great way to make some money if indeed you are interested. Obviously, double money NRP is pretty great. If you win, you're going to get more money. The longer you are in the races, you're going to get more money too. So that's going on right now. There's also a bunch of other discounts that are going on as well. These are also lasting through March 22nd. You can get 25% off the following items: stilt houses and penthouse apartments. Pretty cool. So if you're in need of an extra storage facility, those are going to be 25% off. Also, the brother of the new Progen GP1, the T20, it's 25% off as well, which is actually quite nice. I think you're saving around $400,000 or $500,000 right there. You're also getting 25% off engine upgrades, turbo upgrades, exhaust, spoilers, submachine guns, body armor, and import-export clothing. That is all going to be 25% off for the next 8 days here in Grand Theft Auto Online. Also, Rockstar have updated this week's premium race. It's one of these special vehicle circuits. It's a race called Redneck, featuring the Rocket Voltics. We did this one on stream earlier, and I can say this is one of the craziest ones ever. So having $100,000 on the line here is definitely going to be pretty interesting. But you also get triple RP just for competing in it, so that's pretty cool. And finally, last but not least, Rockstar confirmed some pretty cool information about what's coming soon to online. They said, look for even more updates coming to GTA Online in the weeks ahead, including additions to the creator, like new stunt props and the ability to concoct your own special vehicle races for the Rocket Voltic, Ruiner 2000, and Blazer Aqua. So basically, in about 2 or 3 weeks, the creators will get the tools to make their own races. For now, we're just going to have to do the ones that Rockstar have added. They also tease 2 new adversary modes. One of them is Resurrection, and another one is Top Down, that should be releasing into the game fairly shortly as well. And finally, last but not least, they talk about some of the vehicles that are going to be coming. We know the 3 that are hidden in the files. If you missed my video earlier, we did some customization of them. That is the Turismo Classic, the Infernus Classic. That's 2 sports classic cars, the Infernus and the Turismo, and then 1 regular sports car, the Hijack Rustin. However, Rockstar have also teased a particularly morbid muscle car that's going to be added into the game as well, and that looks to be the Duke of Death. That is extremely cool. Rockstar are adding the Duke of Death into Grand Theft Auto Online in the coming weeks, as well as the returning content for player bonuses. So what I mean by that is like the Marshall monster truck and the Kraken, those are going to be added into the game for players to purchase. Also like the Dodo seaplane. There's a bunch of other vehicles that they're going to be adding into the game that are no longer going to be exclusive to those that played on the 360 and the PS3. So to me, that is incredibly exciting, and I can't wait to see when these vehicles will be added into Grand Theft Auto Online. Hopefully it's sometime soon, but I just cannot wait for the Duke of Death to be added into online. It has been far too long. But anyways, that's all the updates, changes, secret features, and details, and information that I'm going to be talking about in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy, and hopefully you learned a thing or two. If you did, be sure to drop a like rating on the video. That would be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Well, out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.